Hey everybody, people are telling me to, use my platform to talk because I'm a good talker and, use my life experiences to share with you guys, and maybe you guys will get some type of life lesson out of this. Now, mind you, I'm only 25. What the fuck do I know? But I have been through a lot. And you know what? And in my case, sometimes me talking helps me feel better. And if I could use this platform for you to learn something or take something out of this, so be it. It is what it is. But today, we're at Fox Hills Mall. We're in the parking lot. Iconic mall here in Los Angeles, California, if you don't know. I'm going to keep this 20 minutes. Every episode's going to be 20 minutes. So today the topic of this episode might be grief, or losing somebody, not necessarily grief, but losing somebody. I've got friends that have died, car accidents, suicide, acts of violence. That's one way to lose a person, is death. The second way to lose somebody is if they cut you off or you cut them off. I've had to deal with that too. Unfortunately, that person's not going to be in your life forever, whether they're alive or dead. No one's going to be in your life forever. You might die before them. They're going to die after you. Who fucking knows? And the third way you could, lose somebody is just lose touch. For example, me in the military, I always, you move around, your buddies move around, and you have them on Facebook or Instagram, you see them posting, they have families and kids now, so what? You're doing great, but you don't talk every day like you used to. You used to see this guy every day, and then all of a sudden, bam, you don't, and now he's got a family. You don't live in the barracks no more. He's got a family, there's all kinds of ways to lose people. I think those are the main three right there, death, unfortunately, God forbid, losing somebody, over an argument or not sharing the same beliefs. That person could be a friend, a coworker, a family member, anybody. And then, just losing touch, that everyday person, it could have been your work wife, your work husband, but you have to accept that, like I said, they're not going to be in your life forever. They're not. Me personally, I've had to start life over 3 times. The first time was when I joined the military. That was a whole new fucking world. I'm in San Diego, then I'm in North Carolina, then I'm in 29 Palms, then I'm, in Australia, then I'm back in 29 Palms, and I'm, people are leaving and going all the time in between during this time period. Then I end up in the Midwest, and I'm there, and, I get out of the military. I stay there for, just about a year, and now I'm back in LA. That's the third time I'm starting life again, I still have my close friends. They stick around, but I lost a lot of people. I can't talk to a lot of the friends I had in high school. It's been 7 years. 7 years since high school. I've been through 2 different relationships now at this point. And it just is what it is. And my coping mechanism, for me personally, is remembering, if that person has passed away, it's that dash mark in the middle, in between the year they were born and the year they died. It's that dash, whatever, hash mark, whatever you want to call it. That's the part that matters. That's what you have to remember. And if, you had to cut a person off because they did you dirty, or they're cutting you off because you did them dirty, I'm guilty of that. I'm going through that right now. Someone very important in my life might cut me out right now because I did them dirty. Well, not necessarily dirty. I won't go into detail about that because, this is new, fresh, and all that. But, you just I have to mentally prepare myself. Okay, this might be the last conversation I have with this person. And it just is what it is. You got to keep living, And you got to talk to somebody, too. If you don't have somebody to talk to, like a parent or a best friend, a coworker, a manager, supervisor, fucking go out and find somebody. I made a lot of friends just going to my local bar. Lifelong friends just going to my local bar. And, eventually over time, I was able to talk to them about my personal issues and problems and experiences, and it wasn't always sad. Most of the time it was happy, whether we're smoking cigarettes, passing joints, taking shots, drinking beers, it was all good. But, you know, you just got to keep strutting. You can't, you know, grieve. If you have to grieve, grieve. You know, take a day, take a week, take a month, take a year. That's a process that's going to happen. That's part of our human nature. We're going to fucking grieve. But you know what? I think when you're grieving, when you're down at your lowest fucking point, when you think there's nothing else going for you, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. You know, I think I'm a better person from me being at my weakest points in life. You know, I think that alone has made me a stronger person, whether it was my military experiences, whether it was with girls, you know, I fucked up or they fucked me over, you know, like I'm learning. I'm only 25. I'm only 25. But you know what sucks? I didn't have a 25-year-old talking to me when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, you know? These days, you know, if you're below my age, if you're under the age of 25, you have Andrew Tate, Liver King, Jake Paul. Like, I'm so sorry, you know? I am so sorry. That is just, you know, it sucks what this generation's coming down to. The way, you know, we communicate with our fingers now instead of our voices. You know, we stare at screens for hours. I'm guilty of this. There's been days where I've been so down so bad I spend 12 hours on fucking TikTok, tugging it all day. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that, but you know, I learned through that. And I'm not saying that I'm not gonna have another one of those days, because I am. I might get married, have 4 kids, and then get divorced, and you know, I might be doing that, you know, for a month until I get back on my shit. But anyways, you know, life goes on. If you talk to somebody, don't keep that shit bottled up. Don't keep that shit bottled up. Talk to somebody. You know, that's why we have fucking mass shooters. What if those, unfortunately, you know, God forbid, I hate to touch on touchy subjects, but, you know, what if those mass shooters talked to somebody? You know? What if they opened up to somebody? What if there were, you know, what if they came along this video and they see me, oh shit, this guy's right. You know, there's resources out there. You get therapy online. You get therapy for free through the county or some shit, I'm sure. You know, I went through therapy. It wasn't for me. I had to do it though. I still did it. It wasn't for me. I had to do it because of alcohol abuse in the military. So, you know, I had to sit down in sessions. I almost did inpatient care for my alcohol abuse. I don't drink no more. I still have a beer or a shot, but I don't drink no more. You know, I'm on the ganja now. That's the healthy stuff. But, you know, you got to wake up and you got to keep living. You're going to have new experiences in life. You know, go find it. You got to go find it. Wake up and go find it. If you're down bad, grab your balls or your fucking vibrator, tuck them in between your legs and keep strutting. You know, because when you're down bad, you got to get back up. You got to get back up. You know, and not everyone has a hand to help them back up. And a lot of those times, you know, people are down bad because they lost somebody. You know, sometimes you don't have the hand to fucking help, you know, when they see you down, get back up. Sometimes you got to push yourself up. Even if you got to lay down there with a broken leg and figure it out, go through all the shock, you got to pick yourself up sometimes. You know, you got to. You got to keep living. And I'm going to touch on this subject, and this is another touchy subject, but I've had a lot of friends commit suicide. I did funeral honors for the Marine Corps. So I gave the flag, you know, on behalf of the President of the United States Marine Corps, and a grateful nation. Please accept this flag as a token of your loved one's honorable and faithful service. That's going to be engraved in my brain until the day I die. You know, I was in the snow, boogers and tears running down my face, giving these flags to these crying spouses or crying sons, daughters, whatever. I did that, you know, dozens of times. I had to tell a mother once that her son died. I won't go into detail about the case, but, you know, her son died. He was on active duty. Literally 24 hours hadn't even passed. The parents were divorced, so the dad was on the papers for the next of kin. So the dad knew immediately. Because, you know, there's a rule. When someone dies, someone has to be there within 24 hours to notify the family. In person. This is not a phone call. This is in person. So somebody in person within 12 hours was at this guy's house to say, hey, you know, I'm sorry, but your son died. I'm not going to go into detail about the death, but, you know, when somebody loses a fucking child, as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I've heard people say it before. I got friends that are parents. I have friends that have lost kids, you know, and, you know, as a parent, they say when you lose a child, you failed as a parent. That's not true. That's not true. But, you know, I had to tell this mom, we got to the mom maybe 18 hours after the death. But the dad had already called, and she said, I knew this was coming. I knew this was going to happen. And she just bawled. She bawled. And I'm in my alphas, my service alphas, because that's what we have to present. So I'm looking sharp, and she's looking at me. I'm fucking 30 pounds lighter, chiseled chin, you know, whatever. She said, you look like my son in his uniform. And I was like, damn, that shit fucking hit. And it took a lot for me to hold back the tears, you know. It's taken a lot for me to hold back the tears right now. I don't want to talk about too much of my personal experiences because I don't know if those people want that drama out there. But, you know, you just got to keep living, you know. That mother had other kids, you know. And I think she's going to become a better mother. I'll use this example. I had a dog. His name was Teddy. A lot of people know Teddy. Motherfucker lived 17 years. He was a Maltese, you know, probably about yay big. You know, you can pick him up. A 5-year-old could pick him up. Lived in the backyard. Dirty, probably got groomed once a month. You know, in the winter, in the summer, he got groomed. It doesn't matter. We didn't take, you know, he had food. He was fed. He was happy in that backyard. We took care. We made sure no coyotes got to him. But he wasn't allowed inside all the time. He was an outdoor dog. My mom we lost Teddy. My mom went through it. My sister went through it. My family went through it. And we got another dog, Hazel. And when I tell you that my fucking parents, my own blood, the people I share DNA with, or that gave me their DNA, treat this fucking dog, this German Shepherd, I love her to death too, Hazel. Treat this fucking dog better than they treated me when I was her age. And they probably are until the day she fucking dies. But that's just life. You know, when you lose someone, you gotta bounce back up. It could be a fucking dog. It could be a person. Get back up. Let's see where this video's at. We're at 12 minutes. You know, we'll keep this one at 15. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. I have a good friend of mine. I'm not gonna say his name, but we talk about it all the time. He and I lost a lot of friends together. He lost, you know, family members too, but we talk. He and I are on that level of relationship when we're fucking feeling it, when we're fucking so high out of our minds, or he's too drunk, you know, and he gets emotional. We talk about it. We're comfortable enough like that. And unfortunately, not everyone has that. But, you know, go find it. Go find it. Go develop that new relationship. Go find that new girl or guy. You know, go find that new family. You know, because I have 3 families. I got my blood. I got my fucking brothers and sister, you know, my friends that I consider my family. And I got my military homies that I consider family. You know, you got to make those families. And there was a point where I probably had no families. I was that down bad. I had turned everyone away from me. Turned everyone away from me. And then, you know what? One day I fucking listened to Joe Rogan or Joey Diaz. And I just snapped out of it. I built those relationships back up. I have multiple relationships I have to build back up because of my own mistakes. But you know what? There's a misconception about being a man. You know, sometimes I think people think nowadays that, you know, in order to be a man, you need to know how to fix things, or you got to be in the gym all the time, or you got to pound a whole 30 rack of Keystone. That's not what a man is. I think what makes you a man, and, you know, I'm LGBTQ all the way. If you got a vagina and, you know, you want to do that, I respect that. I respect that. You can be a man too. And I'm going to tell you how to be a man. Something that Andrew Tate, Liver King, Jake Paul won't tell you. Probably won't tell you on how to be a man. Accept your fuck-ups. Fix those. It doesn't always have to be physical. It could be those relationships with your boss, your mom, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you know, your sugar daddy, your booty call. Like, you have to accept your failure and fix it and learn from it and go on from there. My first serious relationship with a girl, it was good, but I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't make those same mistakes in the second relationship, or not as much. I'm not saying I was perfect in that second relationship, but I still made mistakes. You know, I'm not going to knock them down. I made mistakes. And as a matter of fact, I might be the reason for both these breakups. You know, not on some toxic shit, not on some, maybe, I don't know, however you want to look at it, you know. But, you know, that's just part of life. People are going to come and go, come and go, come and go. Take that how you will. Bounce back up. Grieve. Cry. Bounce back up. Talk to somebody. You know, I was driving, I'm at Fox Hills Mall right now, and if you're from LA, you know. I wanted to go to the Marathon store. I've never been to the Marathon store, and if you don't know, the Marathon store belonged to a rapper, the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Now, I didn't grow up in South Central. I grew up in the Valley. But Nipsey Hussle had an impact in all of Los Angeles. I never got to go to his store, so I had some time today. I wanted to drive by, and it's gated off. And unfortunately, Nipsey Hussle, that was the scene where he was murdered. He was murdered, this rapper. For no apparent beef, nothing. It was just a random murder, to my knowledge. There might be more details. I don't know. Read about it. But it made me sad. Nipsey Hussle was a very inspirational person. I would consider him the fucking modern day messiah of Los Angeles. That broke my heart. You know, I had to go online and see, you know, the store's still active online, but that broke my heart. Like, that was his legacy right there on Crenshaw, that corner store. And it's gated up, boarded up. Is that how we want his image to live on? Is that how we're going to remember Nip? I don't think so. And if, you know, for all my LA people, let's do something about it. Because, you know, the marathon continues, right? I don't think he would want it to continue like that. So if you're grieving, fix it. Fix it. You're going to grieve forever. The grieving's not going to go away. Just fix it. All right, people are looking at me in this parking lot. I think security might pull up on me right now. I look like a psycho talking to my phone. God bless LGBTQ. I fuck with you. Smoke weed, you know, and stay black. Peace.